saying. Like, it's not that like I feel like I don't have any. I just feel like just don't do too much. That's really like for me. Like in regardless, like we can hang out, we can plan stuff, or you can call me whenever. You know, it's not like if it's 10 p.m. you can't call me. It's text only. Like like it's nothing crazy like that. But like don't be blowing my phone up.
Right.
And it's not an emergency.
Yeah. I mean, hey y'all, my name's Rock.
And I'm Key.
And welcome back to Rocky Relationships.
Today's topic will be about boundaries. We love and we hate them.
Yes. But they're necessary. You gotta have them. So today's combo is all about boundaries, what they are, how to make them, and how to enforce them.
Okay, so let's just get right into it.
So the first question I feel like we should really talk about is like, what even are boundaries? Like, what does the word mean to you? What does it look like when you're setting boundaries? And when there's no boundaries, what does that look like?
Okay.
You know, and this could be like in a dating sense, or a friendship sense, family sense.
Yeah, because you really need boundaries in like all aspects of life. So even though this is like all things relationships, like boundaries apply to it all, honestly.
Yes. So like, say we talk about family.
Okay.
Boundaries with family, like, what does that look like for you?
Gotta think. I feel like personally, okay, I don't know if I have boundaries. I mean, okay, of course I do, but like trying to think of what they are. Okay, can you go first?
Okay, yeah, let me think. So, for example, I know people have like boundaries with their family and money. Like sometimes they have family members who are like always calling to borrow money, and like they don't really have a boundary of like, oh, being able to say, oh, I can do it this week, but not next week, or like, they just like give all the time and like, might not be getting paid back, or they don't follow up about getting paid back, or just like loose boundaries as far as that. But I gotta think too, girl. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like it's not that like I feel like I don't have any. I just feel like just don't do too much. That's really like for me, like in regardless, like we can hang out, we can plan stuff, or you can call me whenever. It's not like if it's 10 p.m. you can't call me. It's text only. Like like it's nothing crazy like that. But like don't be blowing my phone up.
Right.
And it's not an emergency.
Yeah. I mean, that is a boundary. Like
okay, so I guess that's one because like I like to talk on the phone. I can only do text and stuff, but like.
Ping, 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 ping.
So I guess that is one.
And I feel like also whenever you're around people who like really get your vibe and you really get their vibe,
it's
you
like
have those unspoken boundaries.
Like I don't have to speak on them, but there's nothing I have to like fully say. I'm just people know like she ain't taking all that. Like like just be alright. I'm gonna go tomorrow. Yes, please. Like so I don't know. I feel like it's real calm. But I guess it's probably because we set those boundaries and we didn't even know,
it was just like that understanding that it just happened. That's right.
I'm out of office, like I'm out of business. Like can't speak to Kiara. It's not right.
I guess with family, it can be a little tougher, but I tell you one thing, in a relationship, I be setting a motherfucking boundary.
I think I do, but I think I'm working on them.
And of course, it's like it's always room to work on it. Because like sometimes I'll set a boundary, but then I don't enforce it. So then I'm mad because like I said it one time, I wasn't really standing on business.
Yeah, and it's like not really a thing when you want it to be a thing.
Exactly.
Okay, so I think that's the good part about it is like setting them, but then also enforcing them. Like when people are stepping on them or crossing them, it's like you gotta let them know too.
Exactly, because like if not, they don't remember.
Yeah.
And if they do remember, they might not care as much as you. So it's like, shit, she ain't saying nothing.
Right, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's a good one.
and I will say like a specific type of boundary. Actually,
Like in a relationship?
yeah, like that I had to. I'm trying to think like a boundary that I set and like had to actively enforce.
I think mine is that like I'm a yapper. I want to talk.
Yeah.
Talk to me. So it's like, I'm gonna need a little time, like I'm gonna need a little time for us to talk.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one that I know I could probably just think of.
Yeah.
Like, I need some yap time.
Yes. Like,
You talk to me, like talk to me, tell me how you feeling.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, that's real. Okay. I don't even know how to freaking boundary.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you think about it, it's like, dang, what do I be doing?
Okay.
But I know we got some.
We have to. Well, okay, so you say you like to chat. I like attention.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, okay, that makes sense. I get triggered by excessive phone use.
Yeah.
So I guess a boundary is like, if we're watching a show together, like we're supposed to be watching the show together,
Like,
I need you to not have your phone.
Yeah.
Because I can go and watch my international cooking show
By
in 7
myself.
different languages.
Yeah.
We don't have to watch Tyler Perry's new series.
Yeah. I got you. Okay, that's a good one. I think that's fair.
Because like, I just be mad.
It's okay. We got you. Watch the movie. Or watch the show. We put it on so we can watch it. So let's watch it.
But also, with the boundary, I feel like something else I had to come to terms with is like, I can set a boundary, but to a certain extent, you can't always be just like
Strict about it. Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
sometimes where it's just like, you're not gonna fucking watch the movie. And it's like, actually, I'm just gonna like pause this. And then just do something else. Yeah.
Right.
And that's true too. I think that just comes with being in a relationship, like just having to compromise.
Yeah.
Like you can still set something, but it's not gonna be in effect like all the time.
Right. Like, it can't be your way or the highway 100%. And, the compromise for me is understanding who she is.
Mm-hmm.
If it's after 7 p.m.,
No, literally. I had to get over that too because the man will be falling asleep and tell me he's not sleeping. And it's like,
I've been watching you.
I even recorded it and showed you when you woke up. And it's supposed to I'm not asleep. Like, okay. So, but I know, like, we're not gonna watch nothing at this time.
Exactly.
So I be putting it on just like at night.
Yeah.
And then I'll just watch my show.
Exactly.
So it's okay, you gotta like also make percent.
And like, for me, it's levels, right? So it's like, first I was just mad that I'm watching it and she's on her phone or asleep.
Yeah.
Then it was like, okay, I spoke up about wanting your attention during the movie, but you still a sleepy person. So okay, then it's like being petty when you fall asleep, even though I knew you was gonna fall asleep. And now, see, I'm rising,
Yeah.
I'm growing. Now it's like giving that grace. Like, I already know, if I act like I know this person,
Yeah.
I can nicely say good night.
No, for
You
real.
can watch this for a bit, but I'll put my show on app, and just like
asleep,
be able to not be petty about it and still be compassionate and wifely instead of being like, oh, you sleep again? Oh, what just happened? What just happened? I mentioned
No, for
real. But yeah, so that was definitely a real boundary, like, because I was mad.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not just gonna keep being upset about something and not say something and like not come to a middle ground. So
Yeah. I think that's the main important part about a boundary is just like realizing why you have to set it. Because like you can choose whatever to be a boundary. That's when I feel like it starts to get crazy. Where it's like, okay, are you just being petty? Are you just being like extra now? Set on these boundaries. But like, if if I don't say something about this, like it's gonna drive me crazy, and then I'm gonna just like explode, you know? So it's like you have to really like, okay, this is not really that big of a deal. Like this is, you know, like this is something where it's like, no, I have to speak up on it. So
Yes.
and if you need help with making boundaries, that will help you realize like, I guess your big ones that you should set. You know, like those are like this just takes me right there immediately, like all the time, every time. You know, it's like, okay, maybe you should start setting something around that because you don't need to be exploding all the time.
Exactly. Like if you know it's that big of a trigger and this person is in a relationship with you, they also deserve to know your trigger so that they can, you know, move around and help manage it too.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
yeah. Okay, so what are some signs that you need boundaries? Like situations you've been in or just like feelings that you feel when you're like, damn, like I need some boundaries.
I feel like whenever you catch yourself in a space where it's like, this cannot happen again. Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, something gotta happen.
Like I cannot have another day exactly like today. Like this, no.
I feel like that's when you know.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hell no. You know, like when you start like reevaluating your whole life, and it's just like, wait, what? Me? This? Oh no. Like, this can't happen. This cannot be. Can't do that again.
Yeah, that's real. And for me, I feel like that's like one of those immediate ones. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
Right, like hell no. But another time, like when I experience it, is like over time, feeling myself like build up resentment about a thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I just have this like underlying annoyance or
and you really don't know why, like something is like making you so mad. Yeah, I think those are like the two things on the coin. The ones that are like big and in your face.
Yeah.
But then the ones that are like when you're laying down, like, you know, trying to think like, why am I mad right now? You know, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but those are, I feel like, the harder ones because you can like easily ignore that feeling where it's like, I don't know, I don't care. You know, I'm mad. You know, instead of actually trying to figure out like, well, why did it make me mad?
Exactly.
That's how you kind of figure out like, okay, what's causing this, or like, you know, try to really figure it out.
And for me, like, I feel like I process stuff like on a slower time frame. Like I really need a minute to figure out like, oh, that actually pissed me off.
Yeah.
I need some time. And with the resentment and like noticing something, like small things that have been building up that you haven't said anything about, it's really hard to like then bring that up. Because it's like, if it's been happening, you've never said anything, I never know what's the issue. But it's like, now I'm like ready to bring it up and talk about it. And so like, you have to be able to bring it up, no matter if you feel bad because it's delayed. And like, that other person also has to be open to like
receiving it.
Yeah,
or like,
even though
they're gonna be confused.
Right, like,
it's like, wait, what?
Are you kidding me?
Like, since when? Like, you know, that's literally a since when situation. It's like, wait, hold on, when this been happening? Like,
yeah, like, you did that same thing, and it's like, yeah. So it's, I feel like the setting, like, coming up with the boundaries is one thing, communicating them is another thing, because it's not always like, something happened today, I didn't like it, I set a boundary today.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
this
is like
been
kind of been happening. Not feeling it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, but definitely the resentment or just like those constant triggers, I feel like those are definitely signs where you need some more boundaries. Like,
for sure.
So something that always comes up when we're talking about boundaries is people pleasing. I personally have identified as a people pleaser before. Like, I didn't realize that's what I was doing, but once I found out the term, I was like, oh, people
like that's me.
Yeah. What, like, are you familiar with people pleasing?
Yeah. For me, it's just like when you're doing things literally for someone else, like everyone else, you know, besides if you really want to do that, really mean that, like, you know, I think is that like your definition?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Literally,
like, putting other people's needs and desires and emergencies above whatever you have going on.
Okay.
Yeah, like when I really learned about people pleasing and realized that the main characteristic of a people pleaser is lacking boundaries, I because I didn't really know much about boundaries either.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, new diagnosis, if you will. Like, I don't even know these words, and they seem to all apply. You know what I mean? So starting to figure out what really does people pleasing look like, how I was people pleasing, and the boundaries that I was missing.
Yeah.
It was like,
but I feel like, so like be a devil's advocate for like someone that's trying to like identify if they are a people pleaser. It's like they have to like have some, I feel like they have to have someone like ask them like, are you actually comfortable with it? You know, like, cause it's like if it's already an internal battle of like, I don't really want to do this, but I feel like I should. You know, you just keep feeding into that. You know, I feel like you're already debating like, do I really want to do this? But like, since you're so used to it, or like, you know, accustomed to it, or feel like you just can't stop doing it, you know, like you need someone to kind of like maybe bring it back a little bit. Because how will you do that internally if, like, yeah, you see a definition or you see the term? Some people are not gonna go look it up. You know, they're not gonna like, does this apply to me? Or, you know, they might just like keep on going and not really realizing that like, hey, like this is something I should fix or work on.
yeah.
So I think like having someone, I don't want to say call you out, but like bring things to your attention to kind of like actually check on you. Like that person's gonna actually be concerned with your well-being, because like if they see you doing something that is like, you know, like, do you actually enjoy that? Like, do you really want to do that? Or like ask you, how does this benefit you? Sometimes you need like someone to kind of say something like that. You know, that's just like
kind of like bring you back. Right?
Yeah, like actually I don't want to do this, or like it's not actually benefiting me at all. Maybe I should just go take a nap or something. Like, you know, anything else.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's real. And like I feel like with all the goals that we have, that accountability is so helpful, because like you said, if you're just in that autopilot of doing for everybody, just doing whatever they ask, you know, fulfilling needs and everything, you're kind of stuck in it. And if, you know, if it doesn't come to you, or like you don't have that internal drive to like shake that shit up, you do really need somebody else to shake you. Like, or like,
because it might come eventually, but like you might be 10 years in. You know, like I've been trying to fight this, and like you finally need somebody, or like you finally take a stand, like, okay, I cannot let this happen anymore. So I think that is a big part of it, because if you knew, I feel like you wouldn't do it anymore. You know, or if you really wanted to change it, like you wouldn't do it.
Yeah, and you know, that's the piece. Like sometimes just knowing about it isn't enough for some people. Like it really has to be after the fact, instead of like knowing that this needs to change and like actually making that change. Yeah. You know.
But I also think that there is a difference between people pleasing and like overextending.
Yes.
Because I feel like people pleasing is more like a negative connotation, because it's kind of like doing things that you don't really want to do. You know what I mean? Versus just like, I don't really want to, but it's going to make them happy, so I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
But I think there's a difference between like doing for people and you genuinely want to like help and do things for people, but like you're doing it to the extent where it's like now it's hurting you. You get what I mean? Where it's like you're not people pleasing, because you're not just any and everyone is just like yes. It's more like, these are my friends, my family, you know, I'm just doing everything I can to help and everything, but now it's like you're suffering. So I do think there's like a difference.
Like a
between like a nuance, I guess.
Yeah. And like the overextending, I feel like that's like a sign that you need boundaries. Like if you feel yourself like constantly going out of your way, or like you know, doing things where you're just like putting in a lot of effort and a lot of resources, and it's like either not appreciated or not ever reciprocated. It's like how am I, where's all this energy going?
Right. And then it's like, and then you have to do so many more things because you did so much for, you know, like when it's actually negatively impacting your life, did too much. I think there should be a difference, because some people might fall into that category where it's like, you know, I help everybody out, my friends, my family, and I just feel like, you know, I'm getting nothing in return, stuff like
Yeah.
that. But it's like, I feel like that is like the overextending, and you just need to place a boundary.
Yes.
But you may not be a people pleaser.
Right.
You get
I can
me?
see that.
So,
Yeah,
like,
I can see that.
I definitely think there's a difference, but even so, these are all signs of like different examples of you needing to set a boundary, like whatever that
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah.
So,
That's real. And it's like all of this stuff, there's just such a thin line between it. It's like,
and that's why I feel like people's feelings are just all over the place, because you can be on one side of it, like far in on the other, somewhere in the middle, like, you know,
yeah.
it really is hard.
And then it's like hearing these terms, thinking that it applies to you, and it's like, am I really doing this? Do I really need to work on this? Is this really a problem?
Yeah.
How big of a problem is it? Like,
It's so many like levels and questions
Yes.
and different answers if you have different, like, you know, it's just so much.
yeah.
Oh man, we got a lot of work to do, because we trying to tell somebody how to treat us, how to love us, all these things, and if you don't know these things about yourself, it's like you could be giving false information,
Exactly.
and then you're getting false like results.
Inadequate.
Because it's like, what's happening? But all those things play a part. For real. What we gonna do?
Girl, we're gonna keep on trying.
Well, I guess these relationships gonna stay a little bit more rocky
Just
because we all working on it, okay? And I'm sure you guys are too.
Yes. Shouts out to y'all.
Yeah.
Working on your relationships. 'Cause
And
it's
let us
not
know
easy.
some of their boundaries
Yes, what are some boundaries you had to set?
in all aspects, relationships, family. And it's tough out here. Sometimes you need to set family boundaries for your relationship. Like, you know, it gets crazy.
Yes.
Like, it
Yes.
gets deep.
And that's something, you know, being recently married, I feel like that's going to be something I'm going to have experience with. Like, I don't know what the situation is going to be, but like being able to prioritize my family, which is
Yeah.
now my wife and whatever else gets added, and also being able to pour into my now extended family,
Yeah.
my mom, my siblings, aunties, you know, everything. So I'm sure it's coming. I haven't had too many
That's good.
yet, but I mean, I'm working on my boundaries, working on my communication, and whenever it comes, hopefully I'm ready.
You will be. You'll be ready, girl. But yeah, so
Yeah.
definitely let us know. And we hope you enjoyed this episode. Tune in for some more, because we have more coming your way.
Yes.
Can't wait to see you in our next one.
Yes. Keep building those boundaries.